Hi, my name is Livy Reiser, and recently I've been reminiscing on the past, okay? And the time that I have been gone, not posting, I've been reminiscing, right? And I was sitting back and I was thinking, the fuck happened to Wattpad? Nobody fucking talks about Wattpad anymore. Or maybe it's just me. I haven't touched that fucking app since 2020. And I just remember some of the stories on there were really fucking good. And I was like, excuse my language, I was in the Dream SMP side. And I was just thinking, like, the fix couldn't have been that bad, okay? There was, like, some pretty good ship fix. There was some good I fucking love Found Family. What was it called? Past Rain was pretty good. Flowers from 19 whatever was really good. Accelerate was something in and of its own for the Gooners. But I was just like, I miss this so fucking much. Like, I miss this era. So I thought today, we're gonna do a little scroll through Wattpad in my fandom specifically. We're gonna go through the Dream SMP fandom, and we're gonna see if they were really that bad.
Number 1, dsmp.
It's called Skater Boy, okay? Skaer Boy, BOI. George glared at Dream over the game of Would You Rather. He picked up the bottle of whiskey and set it aside, especially for him, by Carl, and took a swig. The party had been really boring. Then the football team came, all gross and sweaty after a game. George knew they had probably showered, but the house sure didn't smell like they had. Across the what the fuck am I can't fucking read. Across the circle of college students, Dream rested his chin on his fist and narrowed his eyes at George. A small smirk tugged at the corners of his lips. As the staring contest ensued, Dream's eyes fluttered shut for a second. He didn't seem to notice. George smiled and pointed at him. He blinked. He mouthed, "No? Yes? No? Yes. Fine." George smirked. Dream smirked. Ooh, I'm getting flashbacks. Holy fuck, I do not miss this. And suddenly, the world disappeared. It was like time stopped, or slowed down immensely. Just George and Dream in a quiet world, watching each other. Two boys who barely knew each other's names, looking at each other with such want that anyone would have thought they were two horny lovers. We did not need to drop that this fucking early in the chapter. Two horny lovers who desperately wanted to leave the party for some fun. He didn't care about the game. He knew no one would call on him. Carl told him someone might. Snapnap told him there was always a chance. Someone he didn't know called his name. George's face turned pink. His eyes met Dream's once more, just briefly, as he cast a glance over everyone else's faces until he found the one who called him. The question was obviously planned out. That had George worried and self-conscious. Had they planned it especially for him? As far as he knew, which wasn't too far, as he had been busy having eye sex with Dream? Choices weren't very fair. He either had to chug two more vodkas. I'm gonna chug 2 more vodkas. Or he had to partake in a blindfold challenge, something he hadn't heard about beforehand. As it turned out, the rules of the challenge were easy. You put on a blindfold and go into a closet, and the group would send in someone random to do whatever they wanted with you. With consent, of course! Let's just add that there's consent, even though this sounds really fucking sketchy. With consent, of course. His face burned, his legs turned into jelly at the thought of being sent into the closet with a jock. His stomach turned at the thought that if he was to say yes to the challenge, he'd have to succumb to being a stranger's sex toy. What the fuck? What? This is smut? Since when was this smut? I don't like, what? George asked who was in front of him. They replied he couldn't answer. but the reply was enough. George knew that what he knew by... What? Excuse me? Dream stepped closer. George stepped back slowly, just as slowly as Dream's hands grasped George. Whispered in a hushed tone. Dream grabs George's cheek and whispers in his ear, "Consent was given." I'm very happy that there's consent in this situation, but we don't need to bring it up every single fucking second. This is making my dick so unbelievably limp. Dream was so much prettier up close. Was he? Is he? Is he? Is he?
Summary.
So they're in the closet and Dream rips off the guy's blindfold and is like, "How about you look at my face, honey bumpkins?" And George is like, "Yeah, fuck it." And they kind of make out, and then Dream is like a fucking leech. Okay, he leaves no part of this man's body unbitten. Okay? And then the people open up the door, they're like, "Haha, you two were kissing each other." And then at the end, Dream is like, "So, another staring contest?" Across the circle, and George is like, "If that's what you want."
Part 2. Shut up.
So, what we're reading next, I found another Carl Knapp one-shot. The problem is, I'm fucking itchy. That's not the problem. The problem is when I was looking for Carl Knapp stuff, all I fucking found was Carl Knappity shit. And I was like, I'm saving Quackity for something else. You feel me? But, I thought, oh, we need some spice in our life. We need something with, some drama. We need, some shit. So I found this one-shots with a chapter called Cheater. So let's get to reading. This POV. He walked into a house. A strong smell of whiskey spread through the air. It made Carl's eyes water and his nose sting. Carl never really liked the smell of any kind of alcohol. He found the smell almost like torture to his sensitive senses. "Snap, I'm home," he called out, getting no response. He was confused, but by the seemingly... What the fuck me? He was confused by the seemingly empty house. Snap-Nap was always normally sitting on the couch, with the TV on, waiting for Carl to arrive. Carl continued down the hall as he reached closer to the room and heard giggles and soft moans. Carl felt his heart beat a little faster as he shakily grabbed onto the handle of the door, gently turning it. He opened the door and a sliver opened to peek inside. What he saw shattered his entire world. Nick was gripping onto Quackity's hair. Quackity, the Hispanic boy. Quackity was giving him the Gulp Gulp 3000. Oh my god, I'm shocked. I'm fucking shocked. "Can't believe you," he sobbed, hugging himself, gripping his sleeve harshly. "Wait, Carl!" Quackity was cut off by a cutting glare of Carl. "I can't believe you two. You cheated on me with our best friend and you fucking decided to go with, seriously, Alex?" Carl sobbed harder, his lavender gray eyes. That is actually so YN. I fucking live for that. His face red with anger and embarrassment for even being in this situation. Quackity was taken aback by the use of his name. Snap-Nap looked down ashamed. "Don't give me the excuse of we're drunk, because it's just bullshit. I know you both well enough that neither of you get shitty wasted," Carl rambled angrily. Quackity and Snap-Nap stayed silent. "And you know what they say. Drunk actions are always sober wishes." Carl spat. "Huck-tua." He turned to the left before either of them could say a word.
I'm too lazy to edit the ending.
TSPMO the ending. The ending pissed me off to unproportional amounts. Dude, so at the end, they're yelling at fucking Snap-Nap. They're like, "La la la, what the fuck you let Quack sucker did? La la la, what the fuck you fucking asshole, you fucking gay cunt." And then, so then Carl is like, "Hey, but I still love you, boo. I'm gonna come back when I'm ready." So then he stays at Dreams for I want to say a week or two. And then he goes back to Snap's house and they're like, "Oh my god, I fucking missed you, babe." and they make, like, no, I won't say make out, but they, like, kiss and shit, and they're like, oh my god, I miss you so much, and then Dream's like, pack it up, kids, let's go hide this PDA, and I'm just sitting there being like, he cheated on you with your best friend, I don't give a fuck if he was drunk. Like, bro, not me getting heated over Dream dsmp fanfics. Dude, why are you actually going back to him? He's such a slimy little country little bitch. Why would you? No. Carl, honey, you deserve so much more than this bullshit. Fuck that man and his fucking fire powers. I don't give a shit who he is. Bro.
Part 3 Quackbird.
It's called I Love You. It's from 2022. Wilbur's POV. I was running around looking for Quackity. Another war just happened. I was praying nothing happened to him. I kept looking around and finally I found him, sitting on the ground holding his side. Oh God, no. I quickly crouched down to him. He opens his eyes. Hey, Wilbur, he says in a shaky voice. I try to smile and then I pick him up, walking back to our house. I sit him down and walk up the stairs to get bandaged quickly. I found him and ran back downstairs. I began to bandage him, but he stops me. I look at him confused. Wilbur, don't. It's not gonna help. I'm still staring at him. No, it's gonna help you. It'll stop the bleeding. And you'll be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. He puts one of his hands to my face. Wilbur.
Okay, so basically this one was about how Quackity was bleeding out to death, and Wilbur was trying to help him the whole time, but then Quackity was like, oh, no, don't help me, I'm gonna die. And it's like, it's just stupid. It's literally the same thing for like 5 minutes, so no.
Okay, so what did you guys think about each of those fics? I'm not really gonna rate them, because I'm too fucking lazy. You guys can rate them in the comments. Tell me what you thought about fics from that era. Because, like, yeah, no, like, some of them that I read, like, that last one, fuck, it was pretty good. It wasn't the worst in the world. I mean, like, it wasn't, like, book-worthy, but it wasn't that fucking bad. Like, most of them were, like, pretty moderate. They were okay. They were okay. So, I don't know. What was the point of this fucking video? This is, like, the stupidest fucking video I've ever made.
Also, I forgot to mention this. If you want like more of me, you should go follow me on TikTok. It's livy.riser. I post some alright stuff on there. Okay, bye.